Oh, I didn't see that coming.
No.
Oh, hey!
There. Look at what we were reading, folks.
What could we? Look at that.
Yeah, Chris's new book.
Well, not mine. Like I purchased it. I didn't write it.
Oh, don't be modest. He wrote it. He drew it. He wove it together.
Published it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, everyone.
Hi.
We are back with another.
I'm back.
Yes.
You've been back.
But we know that a good one people have been waiting for this review.
Yes.
This magical review
Yes.
that you are about to witness.
Brandon Bennett. Thank you.
Finally, we're here to talk about
The Good Wife.
Mm-hmm.
No. No. Cobra
Game of
Kai.
Thrones. Oh,
Yeah.
Cobra Kai season
Season 2.
deuce.
Oh.
My goodness. Thank you for joining us at Crept for the 80s. Before we get into that, I do want to do a quick
Pick up.
pick up, I guess.
I guess this would be mine then.
Yeah,
I guess I do. Yeah. Yes, I got this. It is a children's rendition of the original Karate Kid movie, kind of homogenized, if I may use that word. Like at the end with Johnny, he's all like,
Well, they took out all the sex and
Yeah.
sodomy and all that.
Yes. Oh, like they're happy. Here's your trophy, buddy.
Remember, Johnny is pretty happy at the end. You're all right, LaRusso. Go get him, kid.
Yes, that was my pickup.
I did get that 4K Karate
Yes.
Kid release.
How's it look? Oh,
Well, listen. Sometimes you can tell the difference between 1080p and 4K, and sometimes you can't.
oh, okay. This was the time.
I think this was one of those times. If anything, it really brought out the grain.
The grain.
Yeah.
It is-
There's a little bit of extra, as far as
Schmutz.
the two new. I mean, a new like extra on there
Oh,
with Machio
and Zapka.
and Zapka talking about the film and about Cobra Kai.
Oh, okay.
But for the most part, I just bought the movie again. But it's okay. I love Karate Kid. Other than that, I want to thank
Oh.
uber super fan Sean Pinkerton for sending this to me. This is the
Trooper.
yep, it's
Transport.
the Trooper Transport, the 1978 Star Wars Trooper Transport. It is complete.
Nice.
It's seen better days as far as the coloring
alright.
and whatnot,
That's
but
alright.
it still works. All the pieces are there.
Oh.
Rock and roll. Look at that. Oh my goodness. This opens. Troopers go on the side here. Oh my gosh. Star Wars. So he sent this to
Is
me.
that like a battery?
Yeah, it goes. Yeah.
Okay.
So this goes into my Star Wars collection. This is an item I never had growing up,
I never had that.
but now I do, thanks to Sean Pinkerton.
Good job, Sean.
So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Kiss my grits, Chris. Let's get into the
that's how it
titty
was.
gritty
Cobra Kai.
of Cobra Kai
Season 2.
Season 2.
Yes.
So, tell me,
Miss.
friend, when did you abandon reason for madness?
I don't know what that means, but
Anyway, how many times did you watch the first season?
twice. Mm-hmm. So I watched it the first run through, and then leading up to season 2 beginning, I decided to revisit, and I kind of just picked around certain episodes that I knew I enjoyed, even though I enjoyed all of them, but I knew ones for maybe progressing the story, if you will, the evolution of the characters and such. So
I too watched that first season twice, one by myself and one with my son, who loved it.
good.
And I did that again with season 2.
Okay.
I watched it one day,
Yep.
and then the
Quick
next,
watch.
and
Quick
then
watch.
yeah, and then the next day, watched it again because I was like, River, it's out.
Let's
do this.
Yep.
And he watched it. So it's pretty fresh.
Okay.
It's pretty fresh in my mind. What did you think overall of season 2 compared to season 1, or do you see it just as a natural flowing
Progression.
continuation?
There are no breaks.
Yeah.
I think if you ask me, I'm gonna say that season 1 was a better storyline. I did love this. There were so many moments of, and we'll get into that more, but of just like, oh my God, that was awesome. That was brilliant. You've got the cliffhangers. I'm not the biggest fan of those, because God forbid if something happens and it didn't get picked up, you're left with this dangling thread. But I get it. I think they pretty much know they have a hit on their hands and they can do these things. I'm not sure how much longer I want it to go. I'm one of those people that, 3 or 4 and let's get out of here. But sometimes
Depends on the series for me.
Yes.
I will say that with this, I feel like it's a 3-act play.
Okay, I hope so.
I think
I just hope success doesn't go to their heads and they're like, we
gotta do 4.
5.
You know,
five.
yeah.
I don't know what more we can do with this.
I feel like 3 is a great. We did it.
Yeah.
It's successful. Get out while the good is good.
yeah.
You know.
That's a good point.
As far as.
But I feel like they would have said it got picked up for a 3rd and final season. So I think maybe we'll get 4.
Yeah. It could. Yeah. You're right. We might. But I guess we have to see what they would do for 3.
Yeah.
In order for us to really say, well, it doesn't warrant it.
Right.
You know.
I mean,
Who knows?
I'm there regardless.
They might surprise us.
They might go to space.
That's right.
Space karate.
They might turn into the Kung Fu Kids.
There we go. He has like a group and
The Judo Kids.
Yeah, and they go solve mysteries with a magical bonsai tree that talks. There we go. You can have that one, John Hurwitz.
So for me, I am looking at it as a
Just
natural progression of the story.
yeah.
Like one door closed, the next morning that door opened,
Right.
and there you are. I will say, oh man, it's tough because while I do think the first season story is tighter, what they're doing with 2 and beyond,
Oh, they're setting things up.
the mythology
Yeah.
is so growing
Yeah.
and making it more intriguing and fun. But what I don't like what they're doing, and I don't know if you have this same idea, but I think they're, I don't know how to,
I have my thoughts about.
because in all actuality,
Yeah.
in the context of the show, or sequel, if you will,
Yeah.
it is supposed to be happening in the real world.
Reality.
But there's things in season 2 that seem to be operating outside of the real world.
Right. Namely, the final episode.
Yeah.
For me.
Where it's a little like, okay, this is fun, but
That was
weird
ridiculous.
and kind of out of place
Yeah.
for what they are establishing.
I guess it's been how many weeks now since it premiered? I think we should just.
Oh, we can spoil it.
Spoil it,
yeah.
yeah.
I just didn't know if we wanted to get there quite yet.
Okay, all right. I wanted to put that out there just in case
Yeah,
we had
yeah.
loyal listeners that weren't going to watch the show until they got.
Yeah, guys, this is, I mean, we're going to talk about as much as possible. So,
Yeah.
watch at your own risk if you haven't seen Cobra Kai season 2.
And we've been good so far, so we've established the spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Okay, we're good. All right.
So before we get into some of the things that we maybe didn't like, what are the things that you absolutely loved in this season?
I think that's a no-brainer. Is the return of his cronies, the Cobra Kai, the older Cobra Kai friends. That was just that episode, those moments. Again, these are villains from the original film, and I'm geeking out over their return to the series, with the sequels here. It's interesting to think that I don't know. it left me speechless because I don't know how to talk apparently. But when season 1 came, we thought about the possibilities of who can come back to the show, and they're giving us what we want. It's such fan service, but it's so perfect to the story. They're not just shoehorning these people in, like, oh, there's there's this guy, there's that guy. It works so perfectly.
I did find it convenient.
Well,
because in the scheme of the story, it doesn't really have much to do with the story.
I guess it's Johnny's. Again, this is Johnny's story, so I think
did
that's where
work.
Yeah,
it did work, and thankfully, because of the Martin Cove character, because of Kreese coming back,
he needed to revisit.
Yes, and there was that in there, which was great. Because if it was just them reminiscing, I think I would have been.
A beer,
While a fan, I think story-wise, I would have been like, but that was like a weird side thing that didn't need to happen.
Right.
Thankfully, they got Kreese in there, and they made it more of a reason why it was happening.
Right, and plus they had the greatest callback in pop culture history, at least for me.
Which was?
Well, I watched that episode and then turned it off to do dishes. And I'm doing dishes, and I had a Kaiser Soze moment where, I mean, nothing dropped, but, to bring it back to the reference, I dropped a cup, and it just slow-moed down to the floor, and it dawned on me that he got the body bag.
Yeah. I picked up on it the first time.
It didn't. I was just like...
And I have to say, I laughed.
He died.
I laughed pretty... I was like, oh, you wily devils.
It was just like, oh my God, he got the body bag.
I know.
And then when I explain it to other people that have seen the show that didn't get it right away, they just had that epiphany too. Like Ben from Fright Rags, I told him, and he was like, he jumped up and down. I was like, oh my God, that's like brilliant.
Yeah, that's good.
Tommy, right? That was Tommy.
While I did love that episode, I thought it was great.
Yeah. The bar fight, that was cool.
And the song, and that they were riding again. I will say it was a little, over dramatic there near the end there where he
slow,
dies.
no sound, and
it got like heavy and like, whoa,
paramedics come in.
Okay. I think for me, okay, first I'll say this. I think this show works for new people coming to see this show, and the 40-something fans, 40-year-old something fans who grew up with the movies and love the franchise and everything. Because some of the teen stuff is silly and goofy for me.
And they're doing little callbacks to the original movie within that as well.
Yes, they are. But I appreciate it because of the person I am.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like when the daughter gets pushed into the food table.
I don't know
it's
how.
all over her.
Yeah,
like
if other people are gonna, but that's okay.
Yeah.
But new kids, just like Stranger Things fans who are,
I don't
12, 13, 14, 15 now.
I just love the show.
Who just love the show because of the characters and what it is. I think people of all ages can love this show, which I really enjoy. You've got both stories going concurrently.
I think that's the brilliance of it.
Yes.
You're watching it for the nostalgia. Your son's watching it for the teen angst. Kinda,
yeah. And I think it works. But my favorite thing about the season is Kreese being back.
Yeah. Because now we have a definitive villain.
And from the get-go,
I mean, he's smoking a cigar. I'm sure if he had a mustache, he'd be twirling it.
Well, I knew that he was going to be the villain of the show. Yeah. Because early on, they tried to humanize him.
Right.
And really...
He's homeless, and he's...
Yeah, and they make you kind of sympathize with him.
Oh, poor guy.
But you also know who this guy is.
He's not changing.
And he's playing him the whole time. And I love that. I love that they didn't change the character. He's
Still inappropriate. He's
this ass bag.
ass bag.
And by the end of the show, you just want to beat this mother up. You know, you want Johnny.
Come on, Johnny.
To do something.
Yeah.
And I like that. And it leads beautifully into what 3 can be.
Oh my God.
So I just think, ooh, another episode I liked, or scene that I actually really loved. And I gotta be honest, anytime that Johnny and Daniel
at the restaurant
can come to terms with one another, I love it.
I do love that, but I think I'm good with them continually doing that. Because they had that in season 1 at the bar.
I know.
And now they've got it at the restaurant. It's all this like, we're actually kind of similar. And then something happens. We're like, oh, I knew it.
But I think the way it's gonna go, and you can give your.
I mean, I feel like they got to team up.
I think they're teaming up.
Yes.
I think they're gonna team up and they're gonna take down Kreese. And while there's still gonna be struggles and trials and tribulations between the two of them and their history, I think it's going to be like we got to band together type of thing,
right?
To take down our common enemy,
Miyagi Lawrence dojo
so
or something.
I think, and that's when we're going to get that song. I think we're finally going to get You're the Best Around in this 3rd season.
That should be the final episode title.
They know they're holding off on that. Because we did get Cruel Summer.
Yeah, the titles, I noticed that the titles of some of the episodes were some of the songs.
And clearly...
Isn't Glory of Love one of them?
With the end... Well, no, they picked a Chicago song. They didn't do Satara. Oh, the theme, the title.
The title,
yeah. Yes, they did. But they did get a Chicago song. They still had Satara in there.
It's mandated in the contracts.
The ending has me really excited too. The very ending there with the call to Ellie.
Yeah, I hope.
I think Shu's doing it.
I hope so.
I think she's gonna do it.
I would hope they nail her down before they wrote that.
I think
you can't recast that. You gotta bring in the Shu. And she's a doctor. Her character is a doctor, so I'm hoping she can help. What's his nuts? Help me out.
Jimmy Van Brunt. It's gonna be great.
Yep. Good old Jimmy. Teen Ape. She's helping Teen Ape.
Well, that was another thing. Like that. So let's go to my most. While it was fun, I was kind of disappointed in it, and that was the fight at the end of the last episode.
Oof.
Again, fun,
entertaining,
but just like
got to a point where I'm like, all right, there should be security, there should be cops.
Yeah. This was.
I mean, there was security. There was.
I almost felt like it was
Stingray.
gonna break out into song as well. Like West Side Story was about to happen.
Yeah, they were just.
Because I mean,
when you're a Cobra Kai, you're a Cobra Kai.
The action, the ridiculousness of no adult being anywhere near this situation, and when they were, they were like either running away or fought, like pushed, kicked.
Yeah, world star.
That just was so very.
It honestly took me out of it.
Yeah, it was out. It just was like.
But luckily, I got drawn back in by the stinger there.
Yeah.
So.
So that was really. I just felt like, oh my God, come on.
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
Yeah. In the age of, bad things that happen in schools, that shit would have been on lockdown.
Yeah, that fight wouldn't have gone on for 10, 15 minutes or whatever it did, Like, it was nuts. But, again, great choreography. Yeah. The camera work was fantastic because it was, for the most part, they wanted you to think that it was all one shot.
Yeah.
And
it was well done.
It was very well done.
Even the stunt at the end there, I saw some behind the scenes footage, and he really did, that fall, yeah.
So, I mean, where does that leave you? Where does this season leave you? How did it leave you on the inside as a Karate Kid fan?
Well, ever since this has started, I've been rooting for Johnny, and it's just, he keeps climbing that mountain and getting knocked back down. It's frustrating, but I think that's why it's going to be successful when it does finally have its final season, that he'll get his victory, so to speak, his trophy, and it's all part of the journey. So it's frustrating as a lover of the character, but I mean it's not done yet. So
I mean, I'm still very much on the Daniel side.
oh really?
But I do love Johnny. I do love what they're doing with his character. I do love that he is growing.
Yeah.
Because regardless of all the silly shit that people have kind of made up throughout the years and put on the internet, Johnny was a fucking asshole.
Sure.
It doesn't matter
Why, if it was his home life. Yeah, no, I get that.
It doesn't matter. What we saw in the Karate Kid was a
shitty.
straight up
Yeah.
asshole douchebag who deserved every fucking thing he got.
I mean, he forced a kiss on Allie.
He just did.
I gotcha.
He was not the hero.
But that's the brilliance of the show. Is
Yes.
They're giving him that redemption arc.
Daniel is still the Karate Kid. Daniel is still, for me, the hero.
He lost his path.
Yes.
By growing up.
And they're showing that. And
Yeah,
they're showing
and I
that
love
he
that too, you know?
still has a lot to learn.
They did this weird, not weird, but they did the flip-flop where now Daniel's the rich, and he's not a prick per se, but he could be slightly
arrogant,
smug. Yeah,
you know,
arrogant, good word.
Got,
there we go.
He's got a little confidence.
And now Johnny's the poor, you know, down on his luck kind of guy that's thrust into
but I
living in
appreciate
the past.
that they are basically saying both of them are
the same.
still they're the same, but they're still learning. They're striving to be better the best way they can.
To be the best.
Yeah. Mess around. And I absolutely hope that they go in that direction when
I
they
think
have to
there's
team up.
no other choice. They've set it up where
I think
you know,
it'll be
his students have now left him, and Kreese is teaching them,
And it would be really fun
Yeah.
to watch those two trying to make this work.
But what is I mean, to use a Marvel term, not a Marvel term because it's been around forever, but what's the end game? Is it a tournament? Is it a fight to the death?
You would think so? You would think that it would be some big tournament?
Yeah.
Just because of...
It'd be cool if there was some tournament in Okinawa named after Mr. Miyagi.
Yeah, just because of how the Karate Kid franchise goes.
Right.
You would think that it's going to end with some big
Yeah.
tournament. But I don't know.
But who do you have win that then? I mean, I know, you know, but do you have Johnny's son, or do you have... his name is escaping me, so I apologize. What's the name of Johnny's neighbor? His student.
Yeah.
My God.
I can't remember him. It's funny. Well, again, I mean...
You just watched it.
I know, but those characters...
Yeah.
They're not leaving a lot to me.
Gotcha.
They're just part of the driving story.
Gotcha.
So it's not something that I'm not rooting for any of those guys other than, I guess, Miguel. Is that his
That's
name?
it. There we go. Thank you.
Who I hope comes out of that
His injury.
with a
Yeah. That's why I'm hoping Allie's the doctor that
really fresh
that helps him.
perspective.
I don't know if he's gonna have to rehabilitate or.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Because I mean, come on. Anyway, all in all, I really loved it.
Yes.
I think this is, as we talked about in the last one, this is one of the greatest like sequels
Oh, definitely.
like ever.
Definitely.
They really took time and care with this, and I'm super stoked for the future. It sucks. We gotta wait.
It's gonna be a cruel summer.
Yes. But it's another thing to look forward to, and it
Next
just gives
April,
them
yeah.
time to do what they need to do.
They just tweeted this week that they've started writing.
That's great.
Season 3.
That's great.
And those guys just signed a big Sony contract.
Yeah, I did read that. So I don't know, man.
So we got merchandise to get through. I'm hoping there's
Hopefully, man.
a book release. I'm hoping.
There needs to be something. I thought there was going to be
35th.
more announced right now, you know?
Yeah.
I thought we would have heard a little bit more for the 35th.
Well, right now we've got the NECA figures.
Yeah.
There's going to be a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive of Crease, along with their other releases, the tournament pack, 2-pack, and then there's a Johnny, Daniel, Miyagi single figures.
I'll get Johnny and Miyagi.
Nice. And then a company, I think they're called Icon Heroes, has more Karate Kid figures, but those won't be out till 2020 from what I've seen, and it's just the tournament. I don't know if you've seen those.
I don't know if I have or not.
I'll show those to you.
Intriguing. But why can't it be like it was in the 80s, where everything got everything? Why can't we have toothbrushes? Why can't we have Karate Kid?
Maybe we will.
Curtains and sheets and...
Well, those didn't come out anyways.
I'm saying,
want them now.
but you know what I mean, like everything.
Wait, there wasn't?
Comic books and
There's belt
coloring
buckles. There was
books
belt
and
buckles.
Cartoon shows.
Well, that.
Which was
It's
awful.
on Amazon Prime if you want to catch up with that Karate Kid, the cartoon.
But that's it, man.
Yeah.
We did it. We talked about
Cobra Kai,
Cobra
season
Kai,
2.
Season 2.
It's excellent.
And we'll be back in a year.
For the next one. We should just shoot that now and see if
I know.
What did you think of season 3? And see if we're right. Like we make up our own plot lines.
And it like is right.
What? Well, we have kind of almost are, guessing. I think Allie.
Speculation.
Elizabeth Shue's going to be back.
Allie.
I feel like she's going to be the doctor that helps Miguel.
Shoe. We'll get
And she's going to help Johnny and Daniel kind of
mesh out the differences.
come together.
We'll get the song.
Yes.
And they'll take on Crease.
Oh,
Let's just put a pin in that.
Yeah. So you're thinking 3 seasons. You think?
I hope. If it's so good and the future is bright,
I'm saying 4. 4
do one more.
yeah. 4 like 84.
I mean, what do you think? I don't know, because like I was wrong with John Wick. I thought it would have ended
with
with John Wick 3, but sure enough,
ready for more.
it doesn't end, and I'm glad it doesn't end.
Right.
Because it was so great, but I could have swore, I was like, okay,
I thought
this
they
is
were
the
only gonna do-
trilogy.
yeah.
But holy crap,
There's a lot of chapters in a book, Chris.
it's
Come
going
on.
to keep going, and it ends at a great place. So, huzzah! Yay for Karate Kid, yay for Cobra Kai, yay for
John
bringing
Wick.
back our 80s love and nostalgia. And
All right, right now, what do you want to have a legacy sequel? What would you?
well, I'm getting Ghostbusters next year.
That's true.
I'm getting Ghostbusters.
Could they do
Same timeline.
a Fright Night legacy sequel? And what would you want to see out of that?
Could they? Sure. Will they? No.
No.
We'll
Well,
never
we'll
see.
You don't think so?
I don't think we'll ever get an actual straight up sequel.
Because I think
to
the
Fright
rights
Night.
revert to Mr. Holland this year or next.
I just don't see it. I don't see it.
We could produce.
I see.
And if they did, would you want a movie or a 10-episode series?
I would probably want a series.
Yeah. I think that's the way to go now. You could flesh out stories better.
Yep. Definitely a series. Honestly, I think that's
trying to think what else.
probably what they should do with a lot of these types of, we're going to bring this back,
Right.
let's do this. A show really fleshes things out, gives you more than that 2 hours.
Yeah, I feel like Cobra
to-
Kai would not have worked as a
Oh, no.
2-hour movie.
No. There's so much to explore. And clearly they've shown us that. So,
Though I leave a challenge to somebody to edit Cobra Kai season 1 into a 2-hour movie. Can it be done?
I'm sure it could. I mean, look what they did with those prequels. Somebody like edited
Oh,
like
man.
an hour and a half
I
of
think, yeah,
all 3 of those.
Topher Grace, yeah. I'm trying to think if
I
there's
don't know,
anything
man.
else that would be cool.
I mean, we're getting Ghostbusters.
Oh, Last Starfighter. Again, that'll never happen, but
I mean, I bet we'll get a reboot of that.
they've been trying to do that for...
I wouldn't,
too.
because that's a languishing property out there that someone needs to
Well,
come on
I
to.
know, well, they've tried. Even Steven Spielberg's tried it, but the guy who owns the rights just doesn't want to do anything with that.
Well, good for him.
Yeah.
You know? Good for him.
It still would be cool to revisit that.
Yeah, I don't know, man. There's,
I thought Teen Wolf would be cool, but due to medical reasoning, that probably will never happen. I know we had that TV show on MTV, and then it was okay.
that had nothing to do
Oh, I know.
with my beloved Teen
I know.
Wolf.
I know. Did you watch it at all?
Not at all.
Okay.
No reason to.
Okay.
No thanks.
No thanks. Weird Science? I'm just looking around your room. What about?
No, I mean, there was that weird. I did hear something that
Like they find their.
there was a
their notes or something.
reboot of Weird Science being talked about, which, you know, again, for the most part, reboots I don't really give a shit about.
In terms of.
I'm very indifferent.
Okay.
Because it doesn't matter to me.
Right. You'll see it possibly.
Maybe. If it's good, great. If it's not, it doesn't do
You still
anything
have.
for
Okay.
me.
Good.
It
That's
doesn't,
that's the attitude
know.
you should have. Just not total indignant attitude.
Like,
Why?
yeah, when somebody says, "Oh, they're rebooting this. Oh, it's gonna ruin everything." I'm like, what?
Ruins
What?
nothing.
It doesn't do anything to
I think
anything.
it shines a light on the old property.
Yeah, very bizarre,
Yeah.
that whole thing.
Yeah. I don't get it.
So,
Because now people are freaking out about Blue's Clues. That's coming back with like a new guy and new effects and no.
I think
on my watch. It's like Blue's Clues, man.
I think adults need to really think about,
Their priorities.
well, and
There's nothing wrong with loving what you love.
love what you love,
But
but
don't
why do
be
you have
so
to piss on it if it's coming back
mean
differently?
about
It's not yours anymore.
This is for kids.
Guess what? This is for kids now.
This is for your son. It's for him to see, you know. Luckily Cobra Kai worked out. But if
Yeah.
it didn't for you and
Yeah.
he loved it, then that's his now.
That's great. Same with that Ghostbusters movie a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Wasn't for me. You know,
No, yeah.
I didn't hate it. I didn't love it, but
Yeah.
people liked that movie.
My daughter.
That's great.
You know?
Oh well. And now we're getting one in the timeline for us whiny
Bitches.
40-somethings. Yeah. Who wanted it in the original timeline. And now we're getting it. Huzzah.
Should be interesting. I'm excited because I have no
Yeah,
I don't know how this is gonna pan out.
Who knows?
Everything I'm reading doesn't make sense to me. It's like, okay,
We will see. We
interesting.
will see. July of 2020.
Yeah, it's not that far off. I feel like they should be filming soon.
Yeah, they will be, right?
Casting
June.
more,
June
yeah.
is when they actually start
I'm
shooting.
liking the cast so far.
So, yeah. Good times.
I'm just 84ing it, you know. Just is there anything else from 84? Buckaroo Banzai. Ooh, that's something I would like brought back in some way.
If they remade it.
You'd want a remake? Not.
I would want a remake. I would want a continuation because
Except
no,
for,
I'm not a. It doesn't.
Not a fan of that one?
I have seen that movie so many times, and I'm
Aw.
still like, oh, I don't get it. I just
you know what?
don't
I
get
don't
the
either.
love
but
and
it's-
adoration for
it's
it.
so much. It's so bad. Like you can never make that now. It's so batshit crazy. I just.
That's why I
watched it
think
with
the
my-
concept. I think they should just take the concept and do
Okay.
something.
I know Kevin Smith at one point was trying to get something off the
That
ground.
is a deep cut cult movie
About
for
Cloak and Dagger.
some. You love that Cloak and Dagger
Cloak
movie.
and Dagger. I had the board game.
You're gonna bring back the ghost of Dabney Coleman.
He's not dead yet.
He's not.
No.
Yeah,
Yet.
that's a shame.
That's terrible. Aw, sorry, Dabney. Dabney's a big fan of this, and you just.
Oh yeah,
He's got that tier,
Oh, well,
the Dabney tier.
we'll see that one less subscriber. Speaking of subscribers,
Oh, where are we?
we're at like
450
almost 460.
Oh, wonderful.
Almost 460.
We get to 500.
Oh my gosh! When we get
What
to
do you-
500, we're gonna probably get to 1,000.
Eventually, and then we'll start earning pennies.
Yep.
And that's where I leave you.
Well, that's when the ego takes over.
Yes.
And,
I've got
the
it's
the
it's on my
only
business
reason we'll be
card.
doing it is because of the monetization of the channel.
the,
I
the,
mean,
the 10 cents, if that.
yeah.
So yes.
But until then, we're almost
we're
at
shooting for 500.
we are almost at 500.
Do you have
folks,
prizes
so
for
thank you.
500?
For us, yes, we should have a party.
Well,
we
yeah,
should
always.
congratulate ourselves for a job.
It'd be cool
well
if
done.
it landed on your birthday, this party.
Yeah, that would be cool. Hey,
You could have friends over.
here's something. Get us to 500 by July 28th, which is my 42nd birthday.
Oh.
And if we do that, you can all get me presents.
Wait. Oh, this doesn't seem fair. Why
So
You sh-
thank you for watching another amazing episode of A Crept from the
Yes, thank you. Enjoy. Go watch Cobra Kai season 2 again if you haven't.
Yeah, please. It's a truly great show. If you love the Karate Kid,
As much as I do.
truly, just give this show a shot because it is phenomenal.
Wonderful.
So.
All right, let's finish our book.
Oh yeah, let's
Oh no, no,
Huh?
no, no.